it's vice versa. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that I always say about me. When I get to sit there and I get to enjoy.
That's ridiculous, man. I would just let go of that belt. You know, it's disgusting. I mean, I told my son to be a real man, you know, and to take his losses like the way he takes his wins. And
shocking news just dropped. Shakur Stevenson fails drug test after winning from Teofimo Lopez, and suddenly everything makes sense. Eddie Hearn confirms the news is fresh and under investigation, showing the fight's outcome might have been influenced by substances. Fans are now questioning how much of Shakur's performance was genuine while Teofimo fought clean.
But obviously at the moment the British Boxing Board of Control aren't. So we have to speak with them, deal with the legal situation and see where it lands. And this is quite fresh. Obviously, I don't even think it's 30 minutes. I think it's more like 10 or 15 minutes since that. And, you know, we'll see what rolls.
Teofimo Lopez Sr. is calling it straight, pointing out that Shakur Stevenson's impressive win doesn't add up if drugs were involved. He highlights the frustration of watching someone favored by fans and pundits perform at a suspiciously high level, while Teofimo fought hard and clean throughout the fight.
I don't know why they like this kid a lot, man. You know, no matter what they saying or whatever it is, he has steroids.
Gervonta Tank Davis is exposing the shock and disbelief over Shakur Stevenson being allowed to compete after failing a drug test. He calls out the blatant unfairness, making it clear that the system failed Teofimo Lopez while Shakur's actions are being defended. Fans are left questioning the legitimacy of the win.
And was still gonna let him fight. Still was gonna let him fight.
Dillian White fought after he tested.
Who?
Dillian White.
Dillian White. After testing positive, see, I didn't even know that. Bro, he's a snake, bro.
Liam Goff breaks down how traces of drugs can linger and influence testing outcomes. This reinforces Teofimo Lopez's camp argument that Shakur Stevenson's win is tainted. Even minimal amounts can alter performance, giving Shakur an unfair edge. The fact that he was allowed to fight despite this raises serious questions about fairness and credibility, and Teofimo's clean preparation highlights the injustice of the result.
I'm just chucking out there. If depending on the amount, that would depend on how long it remains in your system. So from what I can gather, if you've taken a very limited amount, very little amounts, it could stay in your system. Depending on the nature of the test, if it was a saliva test, if it was a urine test, if it was a hair test, it's going to stay in your system a lot longer. But
Derek Chisora emphasizes the double standards in boxing. He argues that anyone caught using performance-enhancing drugs should face severe consequences. But Shakur Stevenson seems to have slipped through the cracks. Teofimo Lopez fought without any shortcuts and was punished in the record books, while Shakur benefited from leniency. This exposes the hypocrisy and threatens the integrity of the sport, showing how the rules are applied unevenly.
Everybody who gets caught taking drugs should get a fucking 10-year ban, man. Fuck everybody. I don't understand why we have to fucking footsie around this shit.
Eddie Hearn exposes the audacity of Shakur Stevenson denying everything after failing the drug test. His insistence that it's sabotage only fuels doubt and undermines the sport. Teofimo Lopez and his team watched a fighter with a failed test claim innocence while getting recognition for a win they rightfully deserved. This is more than controversy, it's a betrayal of clean boxing and fans who expect a level playing field.
But do you know what is the absolute liberty about all of this? Is the way that he, after he failed that test on Monday, texts me, texts you, to say, I swear I've not taken anything. This is sabotage. This is just a system against me. Fuck off. It's an absolute, you know what, it makes me sick.
Carl Frampton delivers a stern warning that the stakes in boxing are life and death. Using drugs is unforgivable, yet Shakur Stevenson was allowed to fight, compromising Teofimo Lopez's safety and career. The hypocrisy is glaring. Teofimo fought clean, putting everything on the line, while Shakur's advantage was schemically assisted. This commentary exposes how serious the situation is, and why fans feel outraged at the leniency granted to Stevenson.
High-profile guys getting caught, and it's just horrible. Genuinely, and I know you were about saying, without going fucking fully mental here, I just believe if you're caught with any performance-enhancing drug, you should be banned. Like,
Tony Bello perfectly captures the chaos surrounding Shakur Stevenson. The sport risks becoming a circus when fighters like Teofimo Lopez compete fairly but lose recognition to those who test positive. Bello's words reflect fan frustration and highlight the absurdity of the current situation. Teofimo's hard work is overshadowed by controversy, and the sport's credibility is on the line, leaving fans furious and questioning every result.
It's frightening for the sport. It's not that it's bad, it's frightening. But listen, this isn't boxing as a sport, this is the circus.
Ade Oladipo discusses the absurd explanations being floated for Shakur Stevenson's positive test. Fans and experts are forced to question his innocence, while Teofimo Lopez's hard-earned victory is tainted. The idea that something could just appear in his system highlights how the narrative is bending over backwards to protect Shakur, showing the disparity and injustice faced by fighters who compete clean.
If it's somehow in his system from other means, I know that might sound crazy, but I guess we have to give him the benefit of the doubt, do we? I'd like to think we do. But yeah, this is wild. Honestly, this is...
Johnny Nelson nails the reckless nature of Shakur Stevenson's choices. Teofimo Lopez prepared clean and disciplined, yet his opponent risked his reputation and integrity by allowing banned substances into his system. This undermines everything the sport stands for and puts fighters at risk. The fact that Shakur competed with traces in his system makes Teofimo's loss feel undeserved. Fans are left frustrated and angry because fair competition was replaced with a tainted performance. The sport should reward skill and preparation, not questionable chemistry and luck with testing.
I think now you won't know what stays for 2 weeks. I don't know, why would you take it knowing there's a possibility that it's going to be in your system? And why would you take it for our sport anyway?
Adam Catterall highlights the absolute shock and disappointment of Shakur Stevenson's failed test. Teofimo Lopez fought with integrity, putting everything on the line, only for the result to be clouded by drugs. The disbelief is shared by fans and insiders alike. This isn't just a personal failure, it's a stain on boxing itself. Teofimo's dominance in the ring becomes overshadowed by controversy, and the sport is left scrambling for answers. Moments like this expose the disparity between clean fighters and those who cut corners, and the outrage is entirely justified.
Incredibly shocking. When any fighter fails a performance-enhancing drug test, it is incredibly shocking and disappointing.
Spencer Oliver perfectly captures the absurdity and shock surrounding Shakur Stevenson. The presence of cocaine or other recreational substances completely overshadows his performance against Teofimo Lopez. Fans expected a clean fight, yet the controversy now dominates the conversation. Teofimo's hard work and skill are undervalued, while Shakur's performance is questioned at every turn. The reality is clear: even if Shakur won in the ring, his credibility has collapsed, and Teofimo Lopez's professionalism now looks infinitely more impressive in comparison to the drama of these revelations.
Blown away by what it is, you know, recreational drugs, cocaine. You just go, how has that got in your system? He's got some explaining to do, for one, and you think with what you had on the line and with what you was, you know, what was coming up for you and the opponent you had in front of you, you just go like, cocaine in your system. It's just...
Adam Smith expresses the uncertainty and shock of discovering Shakur Stevenson's failed drug test through social media leaks rather than official channels. Teofimo Lopez fought clean and received no such distraction. The chaotic dissemination of news shows how unprofessional and unregulated the situation feels. Fans are left confused and outraged as Teofimo's victory is now marred by scandal rather than celebrated. This situation reflects poorly on the sport and questions the integrity of the governing bodies that allowed Stevenson to fight while such suspicions lingered.
Prize. And I'll wait and see what happens. I mean, I don't know the findings. We don't know. I haven't seen statements really. I don't know. It's come out in the social media.
Duke McKenzie highlights the undeniable evidence against Shakur Stevenson. Both A and B samples testing positive confirms what Teofimo Lopez's camp has been saying. The fight was tainted. This is not speculation, it's scientific proof, and yet Stevenson's win is still being recognized. Teofimo Lopez fought clean, disciplined, and brilliantly, making the injustice even starker. Fans are angry, insiders are baffled, and boxing's credibility takes a hit. The spotlight now shifts to accountability and fairness, exposing the hypocrisy and double standards that have compromised this contest.
This is the point.
How can he give a sample and then a B sample and they both come back positive for a banned substance? It doesn't make any sense.
The revelations from Gareth A. Davies are staggering and completely shift the narrative around Shakur Stevenson's win over Teofimo Lopez. 14 supplements? That's not preparation. That's systematic tampering with the rules. While Teofimo fought clean, disciplined, and with full integrity, his opponent relied on a cocktail of substances to gain an edge. The scale of this discovery makes it hard to even call the result legitimate. Fans and insiders alike are questioning how someone could enter the ring under these conditions and still claim credibility. This is more than just a failed test. It's a betrayal of the sport, of the fans, and most importantly of Teofimo Lopez, who gave everything in that fight. Every jab, every combination, every move that Teofimo executed now feels overshadowed by controversy, making his professionalism and skill shine even brighter in contrast. Boxing should reward talent, discipline, and respect for the rules. And right now, Teofimo Lopez stands as the true example of all three, while Shakur Stevenson faces a storm of criticism that won't die down.
I haven't been reporting on it this morning. I'm just slowly coming up. One of my colleagues, Jeremy Wilson's doing it for the Telegraph. He's the drugs expert or the doping expert on the desk. And I think there was something like 14 supplements that he was using.
The fallout from Shakur Stevenson failing a drug test completely changes the way we look at his win over Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo fought clean and hard, giving everything in that ring, while Shakur relied on supplements to gain an edge. It is impossible to ignore the fact that Teofimo's skill, discipline, and heart were unmatched, yet the official result tried to suggest otherwise. Fans now have to rethink every punch, every combination, and every moment in that fight. In light of this shocking revelation, boxing is supposed to be about talent preparation and respect for the rules, and Teofimo displayed all of that while Shakur's credibility is now in serious doubt. This is not just a scandal, it is a statement that integrity matters more than titles or flashy performances. Teofimo Lopez proved himself as a true champion in spirit, even if the record books temporarily say otherwise. Everyone in the sport, from promoters to analysts, is talking about it, and the debate will rage for months. So now it is your turn. Do you stand with Teofimo Lopez and his clean performance, or do you still side with Shakur Stevenson? Let us know in the comments below. Join the discussion and make your voice heard. The sport needs fans like you.